Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. My name is Nicole Asinigo, and today I'm at the beautiful Cafe Casata, here to meet up with some really interesting people for a really great conversation. Let's go. On today's episode, we have Nigerian actress Linda Ihioma Ejiofor, pastor, public figure, and actor Jimmy Odukoya, and Douglas Jacob, OAP at the Beat 99.9 and founder of the PGM Club.
People ask me, like, Pastor, if you cheat on your spouse, you tell them. And I've heard some, but I'm kind of...
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi. How's it going? Sorry to interrupt. What y'all talking about? I'm sure they didn't already. You know they're rolling already.
No, I was listening. So
Okay, cool. Today we're talking about commitment in relationships. Okay. So what does commitment mean to you? Let me just...
Ladies go first.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
I see commitment as being there for each other. Always think of your partner. Think whatever you're doing, will it affect the other person? Basically, loving and understanding and compromising.
I would say commitment is just I make a conscious effort to accommodate and live with whoever I'm with. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when the friction comes up, it's the commitment to not want to break the relationship or go apart that will help you go through it.
Yeah.
So you will never get to a point where you be like, I'm done, but rather you be like, let's talk about it.
Let's
that
work it
commitment
out.
to work it out.
Yeah.
I think that's
So commitment is constant.
constant.
Like you
Yeah,
kind of
you
have to work
always,
at it.
it's always.
For me, I think it's an intentional decision to be with a person, to be selfless, to have empathy, to constantly sacrifice and try to put the other person's needs ahead of you.
Right.
Yep.
Because once you get into a relationship, it's never I anymore, it's we.
Yeah.
True.
And the only way you can do that, because our natural disposition is to be selfish. It's me, what works for me. But now it's not a me situation, it's an us situation. And I like to say, like a relationship, an analogy is like a cat and a dog. You put them in a room and tell them, work it out.
Yeah.
You have two different people from two different walks of life, two different ways they've been brought up, two different worldviews and perspectives, and a lot of things that you only come to learn as life happens.
Yeah.
So it's that intentional decision to say, you know what, high or low season, rain or shine, we're in this together.
Together.
Yeah, work it out.
Okay,
we're going to push
how
through.
soon is too soon to bring up commitment? Or when is the right time to have that commitment conversation?
I mean, I can only talk from my experience.
Okay.
Right? I think, and honestly, if you come up on the first day and ask for a commitment, you can scare the partner away. Don't do that. People,
On the first day?
like, when I mean on the first,
Okay.
like in the early
In the
stages,
early stages,
don't,
okay.
don't do that.
When
Don't.
you say early stages, how many months or weeks?
I will be honest with you, don't bring it up in the first month. Because you're still
You're
getting
just
know each
trying
other.
to get to know each other.
Don't scare them away. Just
Okay.
And I think it can be organic as well. These things just kind of happen.
Yeah.
But I think the problem a lot of single ladies, I guess, that people find themselves is they fall into situationships.
There you
rather than
go.
a relationship. Now, what a situationship is we have this thing going, and there's no clear definition of what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Now, she's
Yeah.
playing wife and missus, and she's giving me attention and time, and every time I call, she's there. I want to chill, she's there. We Netflix and chill, we go to the movies. You know, she always talks to me at night, but we haven't had the conversation. Now, she might be afraid to bring it up.
Yeah.
But a guy would be comfortable to ride that train
For
for as long as he wants,
he
because
wants.
it's working. You're meeting my emotional need. And so you're meeting the need, so let's not have the conversation.
Exactly.
But when a guy, here's the thing I tell a lot of ladies. When a man sees what he wants, he knows.
yeah.
Okay.
He's very intentional. If he wants to be with you, he will bring it up.
Okay.
You're not going to have to go, if you're already asking what's going on, it's a bad sign. Because if he wants you, men are hunters, men are very intentional.
yeah.
When we see what we want, we're going for it.
And then,
So-
and then we become territorial as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
The moment that's
Yeah.
the person,
So he'll bring it up. There's a difference between a Mrs. Right and Mrs. Right Now. They're two different things. Mrs. Right Now is, let's see, I'm liking what we're doing right now. But when you find a Mrs. Right, you know this is my Mrs. Right. A guy knows from the jump.
a keeper.
Yeah, you know when you got a keeper. When you got a wife, no one has to tell you.
May we never be Mrs. Right now.
Yeah, because there is a difference.
So you're saying that it's important to have the conversation. If he doesn't want to have the conversation, that means he's not really into you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Just
he knows.
Don't bring. I would rather not bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Why? You're wasting your time.
I'll tell you this. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure you know when you are into someone. So even if you hooked up with the guy and you like him, you do understand that our intentions show through our actions, which means that if I'm really into you like that, I will see you every day.
Yeah.
I would call you. I
Yeah.
would make excuses and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm busy at work." Once you see that pattern and you know he is serious with me, then you can, and at a very convenient time have those conversations.
What's
But
a convenient time?
but you need to look at his actions towards
Yeah.
you first.
So imagine the actions are there. You know, for instance, there's this girl and a guy. They're in a relationship, 7 years, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 years. So 7 years they've been dating. Like they met when they were young, and they've had conversations about kids. They've had conversations about marriage. Just like in the future kind of thing. And he has basically been open to conversations, but he's just not proposed. However, he's a very good man. He treats her well. He's kind. He's God-fearing. And he's nice to dogs. And now it's about to be year 8.
Baby, listen.
He loves this.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful or rude, but the truth is, you learn the person every day. You will never know everything you need to know about a person.
Yeah.
And if after 7 years,
Yes.
your trigger finger ain't itching to pull that, to ask the question, sweetheart, you gonna sit and look pretty, your tango roll around, your biological clock is ticking, everything's happening, and you're just like, oh, well, at his time. What if his time never comes? Because he's comfortable with the arrangement. You're playing wife to me. See, why buy the car if you can test drive it anytime you want?
True.
If every time I need you, you're there for me, and we are in a relationship or a situation where you give me everything I need, there is no pressure, nothing is pushing me to do anything.
At that point in time, should she be the one to bring it up and say, "Okay, you know what? We're here now.
Yeah.
We know what. You obviously like me.
7 years.
7 years.
Bruh,
Never like me.
what we
I've
doing?
probably met your parents already.
7 years.
So what are we doing? She should
Shoot.
be. If at that point you don't have the courage to have those kind of conversations and ask those questions, then
That's even an indicator. If you're afraid to bring it up,
Yeah,
that means a
then-
part of you knows that he might tell you.
Yeah.
But it's not that easy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not that easy. You bring up the conversation. What if the guy now tells you, we're working towards it. I don't need you to pressure me.
After 7 years?
Yes, some guys do that. They will tell you, don't pressure me, or you're pressuring me into marrying you. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want it to look like you forced me into getting married.
Right.
Yeah, so
Here's the thing. Sometimes it takes having to remove yourself to
Well,
give that
that's
person
it.
clarity. Let the smoke clear, because you're too used to me.
True.
I follow you there. I call you. You're there. We're planning our life and future, but 7 years you still don't know. 7 years. That's almost two terms in
That's-
Dublin. You know.
Okay,
No,
let me ask you.
I second that though.
Can you be in a relationship without being committed?
How you quickly realize you're into somebody is when you start expecting things, and that's the truth. If we're casually dating and we're okay with, but when you start expecting her to call, or when you start expecting him to call, or expecting them as your feelings are in it, and when we have the conversation that we're together, then we have certain levels of expectations that we have to meet. I expect you to be faithful. If there's no expectation, there's no real commitment, because if I don't expect you to do nothing, then this is what it is. It's an open playing field. And if there's no expectation, then you can't truly, in my opinion, be into a person and genuinely give of yourself because you're afraid of getting hurt.
How do you think the definition of commitment has changed since our parents' time?
I think with social media and things, people are evolving and getting to try other things, new things, and it's affecting us. People don't believe in relationships anymore. They don't work hard at it. They don't want to make it work, and it's stressful. I don't think our generation is looking forward to being like our parents' generation, or they want to be like they're evolving and they're changing. Social media is also now helping.
This generation is as quick as the information that we get. So, especially now with this whole liberation where everybody wants to explore life and not, you understand that life is too short, so why burden myself if I'm not having fun, or
No time.
if I'm, and just keep it moving, that kind of mentality. I'm of the old school of thought. I honestly believe in relationships, and I believe in commitment, and I'll tell you why, because I think it makes you a better person.
Thank you.
I also believe that when you meet someone who is your soulmate or in your relationship with, if they truly care about you, the thing that they will complain about are things that, if you work at them, it would only make you a better person.
Do you find that Nigerian men, sometimes equate financial commitment, like if they're financially committed to a woman, they feel like, okay, she should be okay?
From my knowledge of women, I think they would prefer the emotional commitment.
Yes.
But they would appreciate the financial one, but the emotional commitment is where they feel safest.
Yes.
Because if it's just the financial, I can be splashing money at you all the time, and then tomorrow I'm like, you know what, I'm tired. I've got another young chick I just found, and I'll dump you and you have nothing.
For a woman, she might say, I want A, B, and C, but if she finds somebody that is not 6'4" and is 5'8", but she feels safe with it, that he guards her heart, he gives her his time, she'll compromise on that.
Women are emotional.
We're looking for that emotional security. So some guys think because I'm throwing money at you, no, I don't want your money. Yes, I'm not saying that money is not nice and to be taken care of and appreciated. No, but what's more important is that emotional security.
True.
I would rather a guy is there for me 24 hours, like always calling, asking me, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are you happy? Have you eaten? Than spending money on me. I don't know. Buy something for me. The little things matter. It could be perfume can be expensive. It could be, get me lunch.
Like remember, bring lunch.
It's the attention. It's the attention and the thoughtfulness.
A guy friend of mine said to me that sex is the bedrock of emotional commitment. And without sex, a guy can't really be emotionally committed to a woman. What do you think?
Honest answer?
Honest answer.
BS.
Okay.
Let me tell you the truth. When a man finds a woman that he is so into, the last thing on his mind is sex. And that's the truth. When you find a woman that you are captivated by who she is, the person that she is, if that comes, that's an added benefit. And if we get to that stage in our relationship, where we do get physical, that's not what's driving me. So I can commit to her first.
There's a different narrative to this as well. Like,
I
agree with what he's saying. Like, you can't have sex on your mind if you're really into someone. That's not the first thing on your mind. You wouldn't think about it. But when you are in a relationship, I do think that good sex it's always it's sort of like it's like watering a flower every now and then. Great sex with your partner is always going to sort of remind the person again emotionally, and the better it is,
gonna feel the emotion.
But you
feel
that
it.
great sex doesn't happen all the time.
My point exactly. So you know what? When you get married, you don't have sex every day.
No.
So what keeps that marriage is the commitment.
My point exactly. But I'm just saying. But in between that whole busy schedules, work, and everything else you got to do, when you guys do spend time and have great sex, it's a reminder. I'm pleased to share myself with this girl or with the guy.
In that, I agree absolutely.
We decided to take Real Talk to the streets.
If you get into a relationship because you are excited with this person, there's something that makes you come alive when you meet with this person. I tell you, without sex, you will continue to be there. Once your relationship has gotten to the marriage level, you really need sex to be much, much more closer with each other.
Finance is key. With the economy of Nigeria, finance is key. Emotions, sometimes when you have money, you can buy that emotions. Because sometimes, I might not be there, the money is there. But when there is no money, it can't work.
the financial needs need to meet up with the emotional needs. I think so. Because when you are not financially stable, you can't be emotionally secured or stable in the relationship.
When there's no financial commitment, then nagging comes in.
Is sex the bedrock of a relationship? Sex is part of it. As in, it's mandatory. For me, it's mandatory.
You were committed and you've been hurt. You know, how do you commit again?
I'm that girl who dated for like 7-8 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So if I'm committed, I'm committed. So I told myself I want to have kids. I want to love again. Maybe I chose the wrong person. Maybe I stood by the wrong person for so long. So I chose not to close my heart to anyone. So I will try again.
Do you think some guys agree to the commitment conversation just so that the girl can hear what she wants to hear?
Some guys do. I agree.
But here's the thing about women's intuition. A woman knows. A woman knows, but sometimes she decides not to know because of what she wants.
Well, she makes excuses.
She makes excuses.
Yeah.
Because she loves you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a woman
She loves
knows
the
she'll
guy.
make excuses and she'll decide, she'll turn a blind eye knowing what she knows. Because a woman's intuition, that thing is real. If you know, but you're like, you know, but I love him. But he's still trying to sort. You start giving when you start making excuses for the man that you're with when it comes to commitment, ding ding ding, red flag.
You cannot live in denial.
Yeah.
Like, you ask yourself an honest question: where am I with this person? Like, how do I feel? Like, do I feel they are as committed? If not, then
Move on.
you know, move on.
Yeah.
And sometimes, let me tell you what I like about what women do. That y'all like to test guys, and it's fine. You know, every now and then they just want to test to see whether, you know, if he's like, you know, when you're dating with a girl first, and you haven't really told her that you want to be with her, and then you have that occasional other guy that will
best
call.
friend. And it's like, oh, I'm with this guy. It's like,
you understand? And she's like, oh, I'm going to meet my friend. You know, like, what? Those are tests. If the guy you're with is not tripping and saying, who's that guy?
That's a red flag.
Well, I mean,
that's amazing.
we'll check it like this though. So if she was full of the test, you'd be like, oh, you're going out with that? Oh, okay. Well, have fun. You know? But even when he says it, you know that he's doing him, right?
That's reverse test.
Yes, that's reverse psychology. Oh, you want to play me? Okay. Oh, have fun. Okay.
It's games.
Then it's games, you know. Then he'll now call you and text you.
Why are you playing games if you know you like the girl? Why don't you just tell her? Why would you like have fun? Tell her.
Yeah, I agree. If you like her, if you want her, tell her. And when a man is like, listen, okay, babe, listen, you can't go on that. Why not? Because we're in. Oh, we are. Yes, yes, you're my woman. Fine, you know. Sometimes it's like,
woman to say,
you're fine. Hey, well, I love you. Stay home. Don't go out with me, please.
Wow, this was so fun. Thank you guys so much. Had a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to join the conversation, please drop a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and please follow us on all social media platforms at Ndani TV.